Fred has joined us, which means it's time for the feature artist this week, and that is Suiciety. Now, for those of you that have been around for a while, you'll know this band. For the newcomers, well then, we got a treat for you. Jimmy, I've got his notes because he's off still taking a piss. He's actually been here the whole night, just in the toilet.
He's been taking a very, very long thrash piss. It's not a thrash piss.
No. Now, it's 6 tracks for 25 minutes. The EP is called the Crawling Machine Edition EP. Go on, off you go. This was originally recorded, I believe, in 1996. But
really?
They're back together again now and doing new things in 2015, 2016. This is due to be released next week, Friday the 30th of October, at the Evelyn in Fitzroy with Mammoth, The Hidden Venture, wow, that's cool, and Boxhorn. The 2 bands beneath are going to make it a great night. That's going to be a ripping gig. Friday night. We'll go with Jimmy's notes first. Now.
Because he's in the fucking toilet.
Yep, he cannot help himself. Jimmy's words. Feels like they picked up where they left off. Makes sense, as these songs are from the time when they finished up. I think it's a good thing they released this because these are good songs. I remember being in their rehearsal room listening to these songs as they wrote them.
He's still there.
Yeah, this is true. Jimmy is unashamedly biased with this band because he's friends with them. He has worked with them and spent a lot of time with them back in the early 90s. He's glad they're back because it all stopped too suddenly. They had unfinished business. If you're a fan of 90s grunge era, listen to this and you will like it. Go back and check out their previous albums and EPs. They were all very good. Adam's vocals suit the style of music really well, and he's still got the anger and feeling in his delivery. Production is spot on for the style. He wants to hear some new music from them, so he hopes they get the chance to go and record some new 2015-2016 Suicide songs, which we do try and cover off in the interview. Whatever doesn't make the final cut will be on YouTube. He thinks this EP is a great stepping stone to having the band back on the scene, and now it's important they follow it up, hopefully in 2016 with a new release. Fantastic live band as well. Make sure you get out and see them. His favourite tracks were Probably a Junkie and Toma Esto S, and he gave it an 8 out of 10. Dennis?
Well, again, I'm totally not a fan of this style of music.
No, grunge you've always struggled with.
Yeah. The singer kind of reminds me of a cross between Mike Patton and Corey Taylor.
Wow.
And the drums sound fantastic. You're going to be really surprised. The track Smell Life by the Sea reminded me of early Sabbath.
Whoa!
Which is a great thing.
You have caught me off guard with that one. Wow.
Well, not my thing at all, but it's not fucking bad at all either. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Considering the genre, that's actually a lot higher than I was expecting from you. You struggle with this one a lot. Great production on this. Suits the style. This is straight out of the 90s. This is vintage grunge.
And the drums are 80s.
That's actually a good point. This, if you were around for the grunge movement, which you really weren't.
I was probably getting shot at.
Yeah. Well, you're a toddler.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for you to get it. But for those of us who are around for this style, this is vintage. And this should have been up there with things like Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. This is as good as those bands and would have been Australia's answer to that scene.
I agree with that.
Completely. And it's a shame that things ended the way they did back then. Straight out of the era. If you like grunge, get this. If not, you'll struggle with it, but there is still stuff there to get into if you're not. I mean, Dennis actually
found a song that sounds like Sabbath.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in there. Grit and angst all over this, and it's genuine. The emotion on this is real, and you can feel it in his performance. The music sets it off perfectly. It goes with it hand in hand. The vocal performance, though, stands out for me. That's my highlight because it does just set the tone, but everything else around it backs it perfectly for the style. Really good, very solid, but also very diverse. It's not a one-trick pony, this band. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I picked Toma Esto S, same as Jimmy. OK Pill, which has a great riff and a great hook in it, and Smell Life by the Sea.
The Sabbath.
You and I both picked the same one. Yeah, it's the last track on the EP and it's fantastic. We did an interview. Actually, Jimmy did the interview. Maybe that's where he's been the whole time. We'll throw to that now and come back with a taste of the music. We'll come back and wrap it up. Woo.
All right. I am here with two gentlemen that I've known for a very, very long time. Adam and Carsten, or Harry as we like to call him, from Suiciety. Welcome, boys.
Hey,
Good.
thanks for having us, Jimmy.
Thank you for coming down. Now, I've got a bit of a back history about this band. I used to roadie for these guys. I was a drum roadie. Anyway.
Did you get fired?
Yeah, I did get fired. Started in 1990.
Correct.
Finished in 1996.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Now, this band, I want to go through this list because this is pretty cool. This band played the big day out. Now, I've got written down here 93, 94.
94.
94.
Yeah.
Supported Sepultura at Festival Hall, Creator, Ministry, Body Count, Fear Factory, The Tea Party, Tumbleweed, Cosmic Psychos, Marker Kane, Screaming Jets. These are the bands that these dudes played with. Pretty hardcore, pretty full on. They did very, very well. Signed to BMG, which was a major label at the time.
Yes.
Started with Shock, though.
Started with Shock. Yep. Signed to BMG. And then in 1996, it all stopped. My first question is, what the fuck happened?
Well, like anything that's going with a good thing. We were together probably, like you said, for 5 or 6 years. We spent a lot of time together. We sort of felt like we got to the end of our run. We probably all needed to do something different. The momentum had sort of, I think, for us, had maybe about to slow down. Raim and the guitarist, he wanted to go overseas. So it just happened. It was, I call it combustion, human combustion. We were just, boom, it was time to go.
So one day it was all happening and the next day it was like, that's it?
Yeah, probably. It was
Did
probably
you see
a
it
few things
coming?
leading.
Did you know?
Probably a few things leading up to it. But we recorded an EP.
We're going to talk about that.
And so we had things we had things going pretty well for us. Yeah. So we had an EP going, so that was really good. So we obviously, we were in the prime of, I suppose, our music. We were a really well-oiled machine in regards to playing live and recording and knowing what we like. So, It
all stopped.
It's all stopped soon after that, yeah.
Interesting. I've been waiting for that answer for 20 years. I'm glad I got it. So 19 years later, the reunion happens. Now, I want to know, how did it come about? Who contacted who? How did it start? Because it was very quiet for a long time.
Well, Ray came back from Spain. Ray lived in Spain for quite a number of years.
Right.
And he came back and he sort of contacted everybody, and we got together for a few pizza and beer nights. A few of which got a bit out of hand.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
it just sort of went on from there. Ray sort of said to me, "Do you want to, have a bit of a jam?" And then Harry jumped on board, and it was just sort of organic. It wasn't like I think we went, we're going to do this or that or whatever. It was just we just got together and started playing.
I think we really realised after 20 years we'd had such a good time. We were the same idiots, but 20 years later.
Yeah,
and it was like playing music with your brothers again.
Exactly.
So it was really easy to do. We just wanted to have a jam, have fun, and have a good, exactly that, just have fun.
That's really cool. So after 19 years, you guys have come back with this EP. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, Andrew, do the job. Thank you. Work for me instead of me working for you for a change. Crawling Machine Edition.
Yes.
There it is. That's the artwork, yeah? We're going with that?
Yep. Which was a painting from
Yes, tell me.
Harry's brother, Stefan.
Bob.
Bob. From 96. He painted it, and we used the same artwork from back then.
Cool. Now, I want to know about the recording process for this, because you mentioned before, Harry, about these songs. This is the EP that you had in 96?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, are these songs new, or were they rewritten? How did you come about putting those together?
So, same songs. It's just been remastered.
Right.
We remastered the whole thing, and just to make it, sound.
So they were new in 1996.
No, new in 1996.
Yeah.
We thought they still stood up though. Like,
Yeah.
they're great songs, and
We loved them.
we rehearsed them, and we played them live, and they still stand up. We reckon. So we remastered it, and thought we'll throw it out there and see how we go.
We thought, yeah, like Adam said, I think they, for us, we're pretty critical of our music, and I think that's we've always been pretty critical of what we played, and we wouldn't have put it out if we didn't think it was a good test of time, stood its test of time. So
One thing I wanted to ask you about was the debut gig back was Brutality.
Brutality, yeah, amazing.
So
Great.
that was your first gig as a Suiciety for what, 19 years?
Yeah. 19 years.
How did, that's a pretty big thing to come back after 19 years and get back together and play those old songs and stuff. How were you guys feeling that night, and how did it all go?
yeah, I was really nervous because just like it sort of took back a step back in time. I used to be very nervous before playing gigs, and I think it's just because you want to make sure you put on a good gig, and I was really nervous, but it was great. I had just such fun, and apart from Adam not letting me tune up properly before the gig, he was ready to play. Apart from that, was like,
Rush him.
Sorry, mate. We're running behind, all right. I was just like champing at the bit. I was just that's why I was like champing at the bit. And it's like it was packed.
Yeah.
Like it was. I couldn't believe it. It was full. The tote was full, and it was. And we're running a little over, and I was just like, champing at the bit to get going and just smash it out.
But I think that one of the things we were pretty humbled about was a lot of people from 20 years ago were there. A lot of people that we hadn't seen in 20 years, and just come up and say, we start off in the all age scene, watching you guys, and we never thought we'd actually be able to pub where we could drink and see you guys play.
Wow.
It was that sort of place.
It was amazing. Like they were singing the songs, and it was just
cool.
it was just incredible. So kudos to Anthony for Brutality, and
it
was amazing. Yeah.
Now, so obviously after 19 years back together, the EP is about to come out, and the launch, of course, is next Friday night. Where do we go from here? Where does Suiciety go from here? Is there going to be touring? Is there going to be an album? What are the plans for the next?
We're looking at
12
doing
months?
some rural shows, some rural Victorian shows, and
throughout November.
Throughout November. Yeah. And
so we can go to our website to have a look at those dates.
Oh yeah,
There's a website up.
Suiciety.com.
Do you remember the
Suiciety.com.
dates? Do you remember the dates? And the venues?
We're playing 28th in Geelong,
We'll plug it.
Barn Club, and the 6th of November in Bendigo.
Cool.
Bendigo, Ballarat, Geelong.
Bendigo, Ballarat, Geelong.
We'll get the dates. We'll plug them. Don't worry about that. All right. That is really cool. Now, before we go, we are going to plug this gig again because this is pretty huge. These guys have done a hell of a lot in this industry, and they're back, and you guys should get out there and get this EP and support these guys. They are playing Friday the 30th of October, which is next Friday night at the Evelyn Hotel. We have Mammoth, of course, which we've had on the show.
Awesome. Great band.
Very cool guys.
Great band.
Cool band. The Hidden Venture, of course, as well.
Awesome.
We've had them on the show as well. And Boxthorn, which is the original bass player from Suiciety, Bob, who's Harry's brother, playing on that bill as well. And they are pretty cool as well.
They're coming down from Phillip Island.
They are coming from Phillip
Phillip
Island.
Island. Might see a chainsaw. You never know.
So you need to get down to this gig and support this band because these boys, I tell you what, I've known these guys for a long time and they've done the hard yards. If there's anyone in this industry that's done the hard yards, it's these blokes. So let's get down and support them and get this EP. The EP will be available on the website.
Yeah, just go to suiciety.com.au and there'll be instructions there.
Find the links.
It's out through Desert Highways, of course, Anthony Moore, so you can get it from them. You can get it from probably all the normal iTunes and all that sort of bullshit as well.
That's right.
Yep.
It's all there. So get down there and support this band because they are wicked and they're great blokes. And thank you very much,
Jimmy.
gentlemen, for
Thank you,
coming
Jimmy.
in. It's great to see
Thanks
you
for having us.
again
Thank
after
you.
so
Awesome.
many years. And that's it. I think we might play a clip or something, maybe. I don't fucking know. Whatever comes up, comes up. Thanks,
Cool.
brother.
Thanks, Anvers.
Cheers.
Cheers.